Welcome to Geek Zone Wrestling. What's the rest of my lines?
The podcast of just a couple of guys that love talking about wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Today we have with us in the studio a special guest, a very good friend of mine, brother by choice, uncle to my boys, Pastor Master, 28-time Hall of Fame legendary Edward Bishop. Welcome to the studio.
Anyone else thinking he just got a Booker T style intro?
And I keep telling them about that whole intro he just gave. I keep telling him and my nephews to stop doing it, but yet they won't.
No, we won't.
No, they won't. I felt left out.
At any rate, I thought today we'd get to know Master Bishop and find out his wrestler of choice, how he came into wrestling.
It's not my fault.
He likes a ghost.
Good. I smell good. Woo! Can dance all night long. Woo!
I think we just got our answer.
For all of the new wrestling fans out there not listening, he's talking about Ric Flair.
The Nature Boy.
Ooh, the willing, kiss stealing, willing, dealing, limousine ride, jet fly. Woo!
So yeah.
Diamond ring wearing.
So yeah. How did you first come into wrestling, and what has been your experience?
Well, I started watching wrestling with my cousin at a very, very young age because my cousin was into all the wrestling and stuff. And he got me into it. Then I watched Ric Flair because back then it was all about Ric Flair. It was known as the Ric Flair Dynasty. Woo!
I believe it was.
Yes. So watching Ric Flair, I was like, "Oh, I want to be like him." I want to have diamond rings and limousines and jet fly everywhere. Ooh, look good doing it, styling and profiling.
Yeah, he had a lot of nice robes.
Yeah, you can get one too for about $10,000.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't need a bathrobe for $10,000.
I don't need any piece of clothing for
And
$10,000.
his suits cost more than your house.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
So what would you say is your best memory of watching wrestling growing up?
And then you also had the Undertaker, which was also my dude. And then you had The Rock. See, nobody does it. Well, I can't tell I like because Ric Flair was better, but we're not going to talk about that because that's a whole other discussion.
Oh, I hear a discussion coming.
I do too. This is one we're gonna have to have. So we got Ric Flair, The Rock, and The Undertaker.
Yes.
But nobody does it like Ric Flair.
Nobody does it like Ric Flair.
So
Nobody.
I'll be honest. I feel like The Rock is the best on-mic character in the history of wrestling.
But see, if it wasn't for Ric Flair, there would be no Rock.
Agreed. However,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just feel like The Rock has done it so much better. Like, they're close, but The Rock, there is nothing like a Rock promo.
And that's just a Ric Flair promo.
Ric Flair's are good. The Rocks are unbelievable.
The one thing with Ric Flair is his promos were usually, you knew exactly how he was going to be. The Rock had an unpredictability that Ric Flair didn't usually have.
True.
However, he kind of made the promo a big deal.
He did. Ric Flair is what made promos big, but I think The Rock took it to a whole nother level. I think he took it and ran with it. He was like, okay, y'all brought that. I'm taking it. It's mine now.
But you also noticed that he gave Ric Flair credit. And he said Ric Flair did it better. So who are you going to take, yours or The Rock's?
Mine, because The Rock has to do that in interviews to seem humble.
No, I think he really meant it.
I think without Ric Flair, there would be no Rock, but at the same time...
I think without Rocky Johnson, there would be no Rock.
Okay, point well taken. Without Ric Flair, there would have been no Rock. His promos wouldn't have been a big deal. But I feel like The Rock he latched onto it and he became a larger than life character that nobody has ever cut a promo the way he does.
I mean, no one has been as consistent with him as him. But
Yeah,
there
The
have
Rock
been
has-
there have been promos done that are right up there with The Rock.
If not better than The Rock.
But
Okay,
no one's
I'll
done
give
it
you that.
as consistently as him.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. There have been some really great promos out there in the history of wrestling, but at the same time, you're right. The Rock has been far more consistent. Like everything he did was gold, and
Like Santino Marella.
a lot of the others. one or the
Santino,
His things were badass.
R-Truth.
R-Truth is badass.
In a different light, though, his were all comedic. Like everything he's done has been comedic. The Rock, he does comedic. He does dramatic. He does, full-fledged, I'm going to kick your ass promos. And they're all good.
Granted.
R-Truth and Santino, they were all comedic. I mean, let's
You have a big mouth, John Cena.
case in
There's
point.
nothing I would like more for Christmas than a chance to shot it.
Yeah, exactly. They were all about comic relief.
Ooh!
Sheamus,
Ooh! Ooh!
The Baptista.
Rey Mysterio.
Kurt Angle shrunk!
Hey, don't call him Pete Dunne. Butch don't like that.
Oh, hey, Brock Lesnar, it's gonna be you and oh no, I'm out. I'm done. I'm throwing myself over the top rope.
Plus, not even just his promos, but like when Big Show was knocking everybody out, so he punched himself and then pretended to be knocked out. Oh, I love that guy.
The first time ever, you're
24/7, 48/7, 7-Eleven, I-95,
South,
South,
Intercontinental European Champion,
television champion,
television champion is
undeclaring
undeclaring the
Royal Rumble.
Oh,
Oh, and I loved Truth's promo with Triple H, where Triple H is, like talking about Little Jimmy. He's like, "There's no one there. I know he's crazy. Who are you talking to?" Hey, Truth. He doesn't like the way that guy's looking at him. It's like even people who are with them, like, have their game stepped up.
yeah, this is true. This is true. But again, I
You a
gotta say,
musician.
you a musician.
You ain't pulling one over on me, Tommaso Ciampa.
I love Truth. I love Morella. The Rock is the best promo in the history
What?
of.
What?
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 What? So let me get this straight. You
Wait,
said
wait,
The
wait,
Rock.
hang on. Which one of y'all is Stone Cold and which one of y'all is the crowd?
I'm the crowd.
Okay, go. Just I had to clear that up.
What? So let me get this straight. You saying what?
I'm saying that The Rock has the greatest promo ability of anybody in the history
What?
of wrestling.
So what you're saying is, let me get this straight. You saying The Rock is better than Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yes,
What?
yes,
I said you said he's better.
yes.
What makes you think he's better than the Great One?
That he's better.
What?
The fact that
How's
he's
he better?
He's better.
How?
He's funny.
What?
He's badass.
What?
He's smooth.
What?
He's dramatic.
What?
I am loving this.
I'm sure you are.
So what?
So what other superstars are you into?
That's 3. We got Ric Flair, Undertaker,
Woo!
and The Rock.
But lately, my main man, Randy Orton.
Oh, yes.
I knew the two of y'all get along on this. So I've been talking with Bishop 2 years now, and I've known forever that Kyle's dude was Randy Orton, and I've been talking to him, and he's all about Randy Orton. So I knew the two of y'all would see completely eye to eye on this.
I mean, come on, who's better than RKO? The 3 most dangerous players in wrestling.
I'm gonna agree. RKO is
I swear, if you say KO, I'm gonna KO you right now.
Oh, I ain't going to
Well,
say
he
KO.
has to say KO in
And
RKO.
Yeah, I'm not going to go Kevin Owens.
Okay.
RKO is definitely one of the very best in wrestling today.
That's my dude.
I'm not going to dispute that even a little bit.
Oh, I love that guy. He's just like random,
Out of nowhere.
I just chucked that guy over the top rope and he accidentally hit the table. Whoops.
The RKO out of nowhere.
So what is it that makes you like Randy Orton so much?
He's Randy Orton.
Orton.
No, but I mean,
How dare you ask anyone why they like Randy Orton?
I'm
I mean,
not
RKO out of nowhere.
like I'm not disputing anything
It's
with
the
Randy Orton.
RKO out of nowhere.
Okay. I just
That answer came out of nowhere.
there are different aspects to Orton's
And he's
in-ring
vicious.
persona.
He's vicious.
He's the apex predator, the viper, the legend killer.
Woo!
He's not Ric Flair.
I know.
He
No,
learned
he's
from
not.
Ric Flair.
I just got
That he did. Evolution.
yeah. It just stands for me. Like, yeah, I know I'm the shit.
Yeah, when he gets up on that second rope. And,
Plus, I love the video online of his son doing it, and he goes over and he like turns his hands
Fix
and
it.
like leans it back a little bit.
It says 2KO. RK 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah. RK 2.0.
so what made you start liking Randy Orton to begin with?
I think he just said so.
I know.
Well, no,
He
But
literally
his
just
debut.
said out of nowhere he's vicious and he does the stance that says, "Hey, I'm the shit."
yeah, he gave me the RKO persona,
Man,
but not
you are
what.
so old you can't even hear the guy right next to you.
No, he gave me the persona. He didn't give me the what made that come to be for you. What is it that about
not
Orton
me, him.
himself? Yeah, what is it about Orton himself as a in-ring performer that?
He knows how to keep the crowd moving and get them behind him. I mean, lately, have you not been hearing them sing his song?
Oh, I agree. However, that whole thing started with I believe Shinsuke
Nakamura.
Who came back?
who came
He
back,
came
yeah,
back on Friday.
and took out LA Knight.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
And then
dun.
they did it with Sami Zayn's "Na Na 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 Na," Seth Rollins music, and now Randy.
Yeah, Shinsuke was first though.
Yeah,
Oh, he was.
Shinsuke was the originator of having the crowd sing your song.
And they do Cody Rhodes'
Yeah,
as
Cody
"Whoa."
Rhodes. Yep. And,
But,
and
but,
if you're
but to
overseas,
be fair, though, like Shinsuke Nakamura's music is
It's
kind of
the
hard
bomb.
not to.
yeah,
Oh my god! Plus,
Bam, bam,
plus just the
bam,
way his entrance is, you can't not get into it.
right. But like to be fair, if you're overseas, then they're singing Cody's entire song, like the whole freaking thing.
Who?
Cody Rhodes.
Who?
Dude.
Now, which one is Cody? Now, which one is that one? Is that the one with the skeleton on his face?
Yes, the American Nightmare.
The American Nightmare. Yes. And then they have, yeah.
And they sing all of Orton's song. and
American Nightmare, non-American Dream. Apparently, they love him overseas, so they're not American Dream.
Yeah, they do love him overseas. But then again, they love everything that the
Overseas.
WWE does overseas.
Yes.
Like, they were singing everybody's song.
Overseas.
Huh.
They really were.
I wonder how they would sing Undertaker's song.
Doom.
Dong,
The gum.
dong.
Undertaker, my dude. The tombstone. Rest in peace. Or maybe it's Big Bad Chris Jericho's mama. Okay.
You know, I love Jericho. I always loved Jericho. He was hilarious on the mic. He was a great.
So you saying he was
persona.
awesome?
I'm saying he was awesome.
That's
Wasn't
it. You
The
just made the
Miz?
list.
He was not the Miz.
You just made the list.
That's why I made the list, because I just said he was awesome, and he's not the Miz.
Oh man, I love the Survivor Series build up. And then like James Ellsworth was there for Team SmackDown. You know what we do to people like you, Vince McMahon? You just made the list. He was acting like it was such a big deal. Of course, it was James Ellsworth. That was a big deal.
So, what was your all-time favorite pay-per-view?
/PLE.
PLE, yeah.
They have evolved.
That's a good question. I'm about to think about that.
It's a tough one. There have been a lot
There's
of
been a
really
lot of
great
good
things.
ones.
Yeah, there's been a lot of great things.
Lately, we've had like every other WrestleMania has been just top notch.
And SummerSlam was off the
Oh,
charts.
SummerSlam was awesome.
This last Elimination Chamber in Perth.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Royal Rumbles are usually a hot commodity, especially if Kofi's in it.
Yeah, because some of the stuff that dude come up with was, oh man, like, he doesn't touch the floor again. He used the chair.
Pancakes?
Oh man, he did all types of stuff, man.
I used to love sitting there and watching, waiting for the Kofi Kingston move of the year.
Yeah.
And then something happened, and I guess he got hurt or whatever, and he didn't participate the 1 year, and then
He's messed it up every year since.
yeah, every year since. He was supposed to land on the barrier and landed wrong.
Which, funny enough, was originally a John Morrison thing.
Yeah.
John Morrison did that 1 year, and then Kofi started just doing it. He did the handstand thing,
Yeah.
where he like walked all the way over, and The Miz sold that perfectly. He's just like, what? How did?
Yeah. Where'd that go from? Kofi Kingston.
I would have to say my favorite pay-per-view was this past SummerSlam. I mean, every single match had me on the edge of my seat. It was amazing.
It really was.
I venture to say that it was even better than Mania.
This
Yes, it
year,
was.
yes.
Yes, it was.
Every Mania, no.
No, not every Mania, but it was better than Mania this year.
Yes, it was.
WrestleMania 33 was insane. 35 was really good. Kofi Mania. So
Yeah,
obviously
Kofi Mania.
right there 35 was good. But 33 with the Hardy Boys coming back, the Undertaker leaving his boots in the middle of the ring.
Made me sad.
Oh man, I went from being electric to just being like
Deflated.
Bawling your eyes out like, no.
I knew this day was coming, but I didn't know it was today. But it turned out it wasn't.
Yeah.
But
I'll be honest, I feel like the whole John Cena thing, it's going to be the same. Like, I knew it's coming, but I don't know
But
that
at
I'm
least-
ready for it.
at least this time,
I am.
at least this time, he said, hey, once it hits 2026, you're never going to see me wrestle again. With Undertaker, it was just, boots and hat in the middle of the ring, and you're
Which,
like,
in my opinion, is a
no.
good thing.
Why is that?
I can't stand John Cena.
no, it's
I never
you
liked
can't
John
see
Cena.
John Cena.
I never could see John Cena. I never could see the big deal with John Cena. To this day, I don't see the big deal about him.
So I like John Cena as a character, as a persona. I never really liked him overall, but I love him as an in-ring character. He brings a lot to the table, a lot of color to the table. Not just his outfits, though.
No, he's not on commentary.
No, he doesn't have to be.
You just said he brings color to the table.
Yeah,
that's
his
color
his
commentary on the
orange and
announce
lime
table.
green shirts, and his Fruity Pebbles
He
looking.
look like a Fruity Pebble, big fat ball of Fruity Pebble,
He really
But-
does.
which is now trending, by the way.
Ooh,
But he is a great in-ring persona, and he's brought a lot to the WWE.
he does know how to get a reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah, that will be.
whether it was good or bad, he got a reaction.
And he was kind of the one who originated the, half hate, half like, just please boo me, hate me, I don't care.
Yeah.
Sort of like where Seth Rollins is now, where I feel like no matter what, he can't be anything but a middle ground now.
And he has done amazing with it. I think he's probably one of the best performers at this point in WWE.
Seth Rollins.
It's not like Stone Cold where they were trying to do something with him, but no matter what, he was over.
Yeah.
That was not an intentional thing. Cena kind of made it intentional.
This is true. He did. He did it on purpose, and let's go Cena. Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. That could not have been done better.
That's what they used to do to Kurt Angle.
Well, and I loved it. Like his gimmick when he was wrestling for WWE was, you shut up, I don't suck. But when he came back and got inducted in the Hall of Fame, when he heard them say you suck, he broke down. He was like, "Oh, it's so good to hear this again."
But let's talk about Edge.
Oh, here we go.
The rated R superstar. I miss him.
I do too. I'm really, really sad that he's chosen to end his career in AEW. I wanted to see him go through and retire in WWE. I really did. I think the WWE made a mistake by not giving him whatever the hell he wanted.
Well, that's the problem. What he wanted was something new. Like he wanted a new challenge, a new experience, and he'd done everything in WWE.
Well, granted, but they could have come up with something. Just because there's a different company with a title that has different letters on it.
Well, no, but I mean, he'd won like most of the championships. He was a Grand Slam champion. He'd won the Royal Rumble twice.
Yes.
He'd won the Money in the Bank twice.
Yes.
He won King of the Ring.
Yes.
He headlined WrestleManias.
Yes.
He faced The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yes.
What else is there to do?
Yes.
He's already in the Hall of Fame.
They could have created something for him. I mean, look at what they did with the Crown Jewel this year.
Yes.
They created a new title belt, and granted they didn't even get to take those with them. They had
That's
rings.
in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, well, that's strictly because of like the whole wrestling experience in Saudi Arabia,
right?
Which, funny enough, is why I thought to include him. It's like the wrestling experience. We have an opportunity to get someone else's perspective, their love, their passion as a fan.
Yeah, and I'm loving it because it does give a different feel to what we do on this station, on this channel.
Are we a station or a channel?
Which one are we?
Yeah, make up your mind.
Yes.
To what?
Right,
yes,
Daniel Bryan.
All right, nephew.
So Edge, how did you come into your affinity with Edge?
Since he was in the Brood.
Seriously.
When he was in the Brood, that's
Brood,
when he was a beast.
ENC, just straight up rated R superstar Edge. Like the dude killed it.
Nailed it.
He did. I'm asking for info because we want to get another person's perspective. So that's the perspective. I'm not disputing anything. I love Edge. Always have, always will. I'm sad that he's elsewhere, but
the Vampire
I still
Edge.
love him.
I mean, the Vampire Edge.
Yeah, the Brood Edge was outstanding.
I mean, when he brought it back for Finn Balor, and Finn Balor did the Demon King, I mean, one of the best matches of all time. And speaking of Demon King, if I want to subject the Demon King, they need to bring him back. Just one more time.
So I think the reason they haven't is because I'm not sure they can do it right.
Just one more time. Once. Yeah. Apparently, he has a thing for special guys.
So yeah, Brood Edge was, as far as I'm concerned, well,
Well, before the break, you were talking about bringing back the Demon King.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to bring him back. I'm sorry. Just even if it's just for one more time. What they should have done is bring him back when he's facing Priest. That match is when they should have brought him back.
I agree. They should have brought him back for that Priest match. Although I think the reason they haven't is because they didn't have a way to do it legitimately and make it.
Not affect his current character.
Yeah. Because his current character, it just doesn't follow. It doesn't flow. But if they were to split him with Judgment Day, which it looks like they might be doing,
Because he's now feuding with Dominic a bit.
right? If they split him from Judgment Day, then they could conceivably bring back the Demon King. And I don't know if they'd do it against Dom, but
Why would they have to do it against Dom? Dom is a nobody.
No, they would do it against Tom.
I'm thinking that what
Or
they would do
possibly
is
Nick.
after that feud, they'd push him to the world champion, the main event status, and then use that in the
Which
world
should
title
be
match.
Anyway, because technically he never lost the belt.
That's true, and they've done absolute crap with him
Nothing.
lately. Yeah.
He may not have lost the belt, but he has lost chances to regain the belt.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that's kind of what Dom alluded to this past week.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like Dom, like finagles his way in. Balor earned his way in.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they've done a great job with Dom, making him like this
Hated.
weaselly hated character that doesn't even have to say a word and he'll
They
get
already
booed.
get booed. Soon
Yeah.
as you walk out,
It doesn't matter if he says a word; he wouldn't be able to be heard anyway.
come on the move.
I know. Wait, he drinks booze?
Yeah, that's. Oh, don't get him started on that chicken nugget.
I love that. Like his interview with Chris Van Vliet. Like, so do you eat them for breakfast? They're available.
I saw that. Oh my god. So funny.
Chicken nuggets.
And I love how he was somehow like not in character, but still in character at the same time.
Yeah, I mean
He was divulging pieces of his personal life, but like, you know, whenever it comes to Ray, he's like, my dad's a deadbeat. You know, I loved the ability to stay in character while still like doing a legit interview.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a great job, and he's really come a long way
Yes,
since
he
he
has.
started.
I remember you were just like, you know, he sucks.
He does. And that's his character. His character is
No,
how
I'm talking
badly
like
he
when
sucks
when
and-
he came back with Ray and was, you know, they were a tag team.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh man, he's he's just started, man. Like let him get some
Give him
experience.
some time. Give him some experience.
You're like, you know, he's horrible. His in-ring work sucks.
He was
and
not experienced.
His in-ring stuff sucked. His mic stuff sucked. I stand by that. But he's come a long way. He still doesn't have great mic skills because he can't get two words out.
I just still one of a lot of people say that one of the best like burns is that him saying that Eddie Guerrero was his generation's Dominic Mysterio.
Oh God.
They're like, you know, that is one of the sickest burns that WWE's put out.
Yeah. And they put out a lot.
Rey Mysterio, my dude. I love Ray. 619. Boom!
Yeah.
Ultimate underdog.
Booyaka, booyaka.
Yeah, Ray is absolutely legendary.
And how he's been doing this since he was 16, and he's still out there doing it.
At what? How old is he? Like 50?
54?
53?
Something like that.
You know, I could always just call him and ask him.
Okay, you do that because I'd love to have an interview with him.
I
on
would.
this channel.
Okay, never mind. We got a new guest.
New guest.
Oh man, I remember watching him growing up, like right before Randy Orton came in, and it's just like, dude, look at this guy go.
That dude was awesome back in his day.
Yeah, in the heyday, there was nobody better at the lucha.
And
There's still nobody better.
well,
That's
but
what that's
there
what I
are
said
some
when I-
insanely good high flying guys now,
Yeah.
though.
They are good. I ain't saying they're not good. I just said there's no one better. Than Ray.
Like I love watching Ricochet, Montez Ford,
Yeah, Ricochet.
like those guys.
Ricochet good. Ricochet good. But compare
Oh,
to Rey Mysterio,
no, there's no
he
way.
ain't shit.
Rey Mysterio had, I don't know like what quality he has, but he's got it.
He had the it factor.
Yeah, if I may pull a line from Jericho, he has it.
He definitely has the it factor. Always has and always will. And that's the bottom line.
Like, and he doesn't need to run promos. He doesn't need to, go out there and do a run-in very often because his in-ring work just does
speaks
it.
for itself.
Yeah, and that was his history. I mean, WCW promos were fine, but they weren't the main attraction. It was the matches and the storytelling, which faded rather quickly. But
dude, his match with Eddie Guerrero at Halloween Havoc
was classic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Instant classic.
absolutely, and I think I have to question saying
boy.
that he is the best lucha of all time with people like Ricochet and all these other really high flying dudes doing stuff that he never honestly did. Is that more a case of him, is he actually the best lucha ever, or is his persona from history overshadowing the actual work?
It's a history.
Yeah. Now, that's kind of how I feel, because like there are some guys that have been in the wrestling industry that they are by far the best ever, even though they're not the best performing of all time. Because there's people doing more now than they ever did back then.
Hulk Hogan.
Now, for example, in Rey Mysterio's case, he is known as the greatest mask of all time.
Yeah.
They're not saying that he's the best in the style of lucha, but he is the greatest, most well-known mask wearer of all time.
Yes, most definitely. He is absolutely the most well-known mask wearer of all time.
Well,
No
at
question
least
about that.
outside of Mexico.
No question about that.
But the thing with like Ray not doing the shooting star press and all that didn't really start until Rey Mysterio was already a good decade into his.
Yeah, I mean, people took.
Well, I mean Billy Kidman, but
yeah, I mean, people latched onto his style and did something extra with it, and they kind of pulled inspiration from him. But does that go to state
if that would make him the greatest all time? If people look at him and be like, he is what I need to try and be,
that makes him the greatest of all time.
That makes him Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, the guys that people viewed and be like, I want to be like that. And then they become the
Like
Rocks,
that.
the Austins, the Undertakers, the Kanes, the Edges.
RKOs.
I agree. I just had to ask the question because
Like, eventually, they will be considered like the greatest of all time until the next person comes in, bees like them, and then they'll be like, oh, well, now I want to be like Roman. And then eventually, who wanted to be like Roman, they now want to be like that guy.
oh dear God, please don't let him be like Solo.
Could be worse.
Hey, Solo, you will refer to him as your tribal chief.
I will not. I acknowledge Roman Reigns.
Hey, you see what happened to Paul Heyman when he didn't acknowledge him as his tribal
In
chief?
fact, he got put through that table so hard his phone got disconnected.
I saw that. Roman called him and it was out of service.
Which leads me to believe that Brock Lesnar will be coming back with Paul Heyman in a few weeks.
Now, having said that, I did see a report on X that WWE has no plans for Brock Lesnar in the near future.
You think they're going to actually leak that out?
No, I don't. But
Okay.
at the same time, I have to question because
There is also a rumor that Paul Heyman's going to come back with Punk.
there is also another rumor because
Of
Braun
Bronson Reed.
Breakker said on WWE TV that he would love to be a Paul Heyman guy. So there's a possibility of him having gone with Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker kind of talking him out of dealing with Roman Reigns.
Now, I have high hopes for Braun Breaker.
Oh, Braun is awesome.
Oh, that guy he moved the ring bouncing off the ropes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like one person said, even Brock Lesnar needed a bulldozer.
You find that funny?
I do find that funny.
You find that hilarious?
I do.
What?
So right now, your dude is Randy Orton.
Always, bro. Always.
My dude is Seth Rollins. My current wrestling choice is Seth Rollins.
Well, everybody is entitled to be wrong. Just saying.
Orton.
Seth Rollins is currently carrying WWE while Randy Orton is at his mentoring stage.
Yeah, he's coming to the end.
You know, he is now in his, I am here to further the talent for the future, not be the talent.
Yeah, although I have to admit, I keep hoping and praying that they give him the title again. Though I don't see it happening. I think they're going to give it to Cena.
Don't you dare. They better not give it to Cena. I will boycott.
Yeah, I don't want him.
I don't want him to either, but I also have a feeling that if they don't give it to Cena, they're going to give it to Charlotte.
Charlotte would be more deserving.
Because that would put her over the amount that Ric Flair got. And, I mean, how much more irony can you get?
I believe they should give it to Charlotte.
Well, but it makes sense, though. Charlotte's a woman. She belongs with the irony.
She has the Flair name.
Yes.
So
she
giving
has
it
the
to her-
robes.
Yes.
Yeah, so giving it to her would
Right.
make sense from a show perspective. But Cena has carried WWE for so long, I feel like he deserves it.
I have one reason why I don't think they'll do it. Paul Levesque.
Triple H?
Yes. I don't think, because Ric Flair was his mentor. I don't think he's going to put John Cena over his record. I think he'll leave him tied.
See, I disagree. I
Plus,
don't.
John Cena's only doing 40 dates. If you put the gold on him, he's going to defend it like Roman did. How are you going to get a title run out of that?
Well, no, he would win it and then lose it subsequently shortly thereafter. It's just his last hurrah.
Well, it's not like there's a Money in the Bank contract out there
There will be.
halfway through the year.
And there's a Royal Rumble. And there's an Elimination Chamber. And there's a Mania. I mean, there's opportunities for him to win it and then lose it at the next pay-per-view or whatever as his last hurrah. But I don't think that the whole Levesque and Ric Flair thing comes into play, because I firmly believe that Levesque does what's best
Now,
for
who is this Levesque? You gotta tell those who don't know nothing about wrestling who Paul Levesque.
So Paul Levesque is Triple H.
The
Triple
CO,
H is-
the
yeah.
CCO.
Yeah, the CCO of
Chief
WWE,
Content Officer.
the husband of Stephanie McMahon,
No one cares about that.
No one cares about Stephanie.
but he is in charge of WWE.
Okay, thank you for explaining for people who do not know who he is.
So I don't think that Levesque is going to just push off giving Cena the title because of Ric Flair. I think he will do what's in the best interest of WWE.
Which would be to give it to Flair's daughter.
I don't think
I don't
it
even
would.
see that. I don't see the title, that record really needing to be broken. Honestly, I didn't really even want Cena to tie it.
Exactly. I was pissed.
I didn't want Cena to tie it either, but
I wanted Orton to do it.
we're here now and it's tied. I would rather have seen Orton do it.
I thought it would have been cool to have like Ric Flair's mentor, come up and he's now the equal.
It's not too late for him. He still got
He
a
would
few
need to
more
win
years.
2 more.
He still got a few more years of wrestling.
He needs to win 2 more without any of the others winning one. He needs to win 2 more without John Cena winning another one, without Charlotte Flair winning another one.
Oh, she's at 16 now too?
Yeah. So that leaves it kind of up in the air, but
And the thing with Charlotte, though, I feel like the time of the reign is more important than the number of reigns. And I'm not talking about Roman.
I was just going to ask, are we speaking of Roman now?
No. That one was stupid.
My tribal chief?
No. Like his, I only defend it at PLEs was crap.
And sometimes not even then.
No. But, I mean, I'm thinking like the Seth Rollins World Heavyweight, the Damian Priest World Heavyweight, LA Knight United States, where they go out there and they put on great matches with that title.
Gunther.
Gunther. Ring General.
Yeah, he see those are the guys. I care more about that than I do like, oh well, he's held the title 16 times. I mean, sure, like he has a total of 300 days between those 16 times, but
I agree. As far as lists of greatest, I think the length of your run is more important than the amount of runs. But at the same time, they've made a big deal about this, so they're going to push it as a heavy-duty storyline.
you said duty.
I did. Now I need some paper.
So, what is one of the things in like WWE wrestling history, other than John Cena getting to 16 world titles, did you just really think was horrible that you really wish hadn't happened?
Other than Roman, that title run, John Cena not getting years. I have to think about that. Give me a second. Give me a
It's a
second.
tough question.
It is. Because there were so many F-ups.
Not right. There have been a lot.
There have. For me, it's all the wasted talent.
That too. It's just as hard to pick like a single moment that just stands out above all the others because there's so many amazing moments.
It really is.
For me, there was a gap in like the 2010s era where like they had like the Nexus and the new Nexus and the Core and all that.
Yeah.
The stories I felt like were just garbage back then.
Yeah, they were not having a very good run. And I think Vince
That's when it started going down.
is kind of to blame for that. There were a lot of people involved in main eventing that shouldn't have been.
Like who?
Well,
He
let's
was
see.
so big on the stable.
Yeah,
and
the
that-
stable thing, the whole Wade Barrett. I don't think he should have been as high up as he was.
Or at least not as fast.
Yeah.
He got fast.
They tried to push Prince Albert, and he was garbage.
Oh, especially like when he came back as Tensai.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've got like Chinese lettering across my face. I'm Asian. What?
No, you're Prince Albert.
No one's fooled.
They were about as fooled with that as Hogan with that blue mask.
Captain America. That interview. Tell me you are not Captain America. He said, "I'm Captain America." And then Vince Cannon, I am not an asshole.
That's one of the few things I do really like Vince for. He had no problem roasting himself
Yeah,
and
yeah.
making himself look like a fool.
Yeah, he
If
had
it
no
made
issue with
money,
that.
he didn't care about making himself look stupid.
The Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
The thing I didn't like about Vince McMahon was his affinity for any guy that was big had to have the strap.
I'm
put on.
talking character. The
Yeah.
Vince McMahon
But you gotta
character.
understand, he loved the cock.
He didn't actually say. He's like, I love with Triple H over there, like with a rock eyebrow raise, like, yeah. What? Go ahead, finish that. You hate cats. I don't hate cats. You hate dogs. I love dogs. You hate roosters. I don't hate. You hate cocks. No, I love cats. That's one thing I do love, though. Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
When the two of them are together, it is awesome. When they were like in the sound truck messing with the microphone.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna ever embarrass me like that again.
They were hilarious.
Yeah, drawing on the screen with an arrow.
And then-
Loves
and then Harry
cocks.
said, I love cock. DX is hilarious. So between the hours of 10 and 11, we will not be.
I love that.
When they had Slaughter in front of them, they were like,
Yeah.
wait. And they went and got those
And
those
then that
masks.
didn't work, so they put the wipers on.
Wipers. Those were my dudes. DX was it for me.
And like even now, if they go out there like as their like business personas, it's still awesome.
Did you see the interview they did? They recounted that whole speech
Yeah,
with the Gen Z terms.
yeah. It's just, and I think it's because they're genuinely best friends, so it's just
Yeah.
so easy for them to just play off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
The outside when they were barbecue, and he was like, "Look," and he made him go away, and those beautiful women came out.
Oh, and when they were outside the arena, and Shawn Michaels like, "Here, I know how to talk to Crime Time,"
Yeah, I know how to talk jive.
and Triple H is just standing there like, "What am I listening to right now?"
I just kicked Stan.
Calm down, Shawn. Don't tell me to calm down.
What's your name? Stan. Oh, don't tell me I'm not controversial. I just kicked Stan. And then he go down and kick somebody else. Went down, kick somebody else.
And when he quit and he was the chef.
Yeah.
Oh man, those were the days.
My
But-
biggest.
Mine is when they had the Little People's Court.
Oh,
my
yes.
God.
Yep. It'll be short. Oh.
That was priceless.
My biggest beef with the Vince McMahon era was every time Brock Lesnar came back, they gave him the title. I hate that.
That
I can't
is
stand
not
it.
entirely true.
Yes, it is
There was
entirely
one
true.
run where he did not have the title.
No, he won the Royal Rumble and then won the title.
Still, they didn't immediately give him the title.
He had to earn it that one time.
I hate that. Like, just because he's a big dude.
No, he's big,
Big
man.
That's my one major beef. I hate the fact that
What you got against Brock Lesnar, man?
I don't like Brock Lesnar.
What you got against the Brock?
I didn't like his in-ring persona. He had his moments, like when he wasn't being Brock Lesnar, and he was just being himself, where he was funny, but his overall character was boring as shit. And I couldn't stand just watching him go away for 8, 12, 16 months, come back, and all of a sudden, oh, boom, there's the title. There are other guys that have been on the show the whole time, week after week after
But see,
week.
they didn't have the name.
Yeah, there's only one guy named Brock Lesnar.
She got the name.
But these guys busted their tails week in and week out, and they deserved
I agree.
the notoriety and the opportunity
Like who?
to get the belt.
Who do we have at the time? Come on, give me some names.
I hated how he squashed Kofi.
Oh yeah, he did.
Couldn't stand it.
Oh,
That was very, very
Like-
upsetting.
I didn't care if Kofi lost the title as long if they would have given him a good losing match.
I know, because he beat him in what, 3 seconds?
Something like I think it was
It
like
was 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Oh, okay, see, never mind.
yeah,
10 to 13.
he ran up. He went to jump on him. Lesnar caught him and just like boom.
It was
back.
over.
It's like he deserved to go out on a high.
Yeah.
Like sure you lost, but you put on a great
Heck of a
match.
show.
Instead, it was just like,
A squash on SmackDown.
yeah. Yeah, it was terrible. But, like, Shinsuke
That's my dude.
deserved it.
Yes, he does.
Didn't get it.
I don't think has he won it?
No.
No,
No.
WWE
They
lost.
gave him one title shot against AJ Styles and then
He
squashed
lost.
him ever
Well,
since.
he was supposed to have more after that, but when he did a suplex and dropped John Cena on his head, Vince is like, "You're done." Vince lost faith in him because he was afraid, like, you could have cost us our face.
It was an accident. Accidents happen all the time.
But it cost Shinsuke more than just about anybody because
Yeah.
he hasn't seen a world title since.
But
But
like
now he's back. They might give it.
like
to him.
with Vince, it was just like, "Damn it, you cost me money."
Yeah.
Or could-
Yeah. I mean, people like Ricochet. I think he deserved a world title.
Problem is, like,
He's
Rick-
small.
his promo skills were not on
Up to
par with like the Seth Rollins, the
Granted.
Finn Balor, like even Damian Priest. Like once he got it, he took it to another notch.
Yeah, he did. I mean, and I think that Damien, I was not sold on Damien at Mania. I hated that. I didn't think he had earned it. And then once he got it, he just,
He did earn
Blew
it. He
up.
got Money in the Bank.
I didn't think he should have gotten that.
Brock did.
I know, and I didn't think he should have gotten that.
Brock won the Rumble.
I didn't think he should have won that.
Brock won King of the Ring.
I didn't think he should have won that.
Brock's a multi-time world champion.
Brock can kiss my ass. Now, if you're listening, Brock Lesnar, which chances are you aren't, because pretty much nobody is.
In fact, you pretty much the
I'm just
only
referring
listener
to your-
is here.
I'm pretty much just referring to your persona in WWE, not you personally.
Even though you suck as a person too.
Oh, that was not me. But yeah, I mean, there's so many other guys that they could have given a shot to. Finn Balor.
Who?
Give him the title back.
Who?
Finn Balor,
Who?
the Demon King.
Oh, now I know. Who you mean. You mean the one with the 6-pack abs, muscular abs, and
Well,
you know-
I've never really seen non-muscular abs.
No, I mean the one with the 9-pack abs.
yes.
He's got an extra ab, I swear.
I'm a little worried about where that's located.
It's right up on the top of the sternum.
Okay, it went upwards.
Yes, not downward.
I was a little worried.
No, I don't look there. Sorry.
And how would you know if it was?
I really don't like when they bring a guy back and put the title on him just because he came back. It bothers me a lot.
That's what they're gonna do to Cena.
I don't know if they're going to for Cena. I really don't. I think he deserves it for how long he carried the WWE, but I don't know that they're going to do it. I know you're looking at me crazy because you don't think John Cena should get it. I think he carried the WWE for
I don't think
so
it
very
makes
long.
sense.
Carry them where? What wrestling were you watching?
I was watching WWE where he was the premier superstar and on every show, every week, doing everything he could.
Nah, not always.
Not always.
Batista was on SmackDown.
Batista.
Batista. I shoot lasers out of my hands like I'm a tree. Oh, my meatballs! I miss that guy.
Now that's cool.
Yeah. I hate that he is in TNA and they now have a partnership with NXT, but he has not appeared on NXT. Why?
Yeah.
Why has he not appeared on NXT?
That's a very good question. Another good question. So we have seen some NXT people or some TNA people show up on NXT.
Yes.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. So who is the first person that you see on the main roster from TNA?
I don't know if they have plans for that.
Well, I mean, it's got to be a natural progression, right? I
Well,
wouldn't think-
technically, if we're saying main roster, anyone can join the Royal Rumble. Therefore, Jordynne Grace,
Okay,
because she already was in the Royal Rumble.
that's true. That's true. That's fair. What about like? Okay, so they took Joe Hendry
I believe
Even
in
Joe Hendry.
and they put him into regular TNA or NXT showings.
I love Joe Hendry.
Who's the first wrestler from TNA that you see showing up on Raw or SmackDown?
The Hardy Boys.
Really? You think they're going to do that?
They said that they are planning on retiring in WWE.
They said that they would like to retire in WWE.
And that's what's going to happen. They will retire.
I highly doubt that WWE is going to be like, no, everybody wants this, so no.
The only reason I could see him saying no is because of the bad blood between them and Jeff,
Well,
with Jeff not being able to keep himself clean.
kind of seems like that's already water under the bridge. Plus, Punk. They made up with Punk.
True. But Punk was a different story. He was just pissed off and throwing out facts of what was going on backstage versus
But then he also went on to trash WWE for a long time.
Yeah.
he
That's why
did.
was
He did.
banned.
Jeff
did.
Hardy has not done that.
No, he hasn't. But he's kept himself in trouble a lot. And every time it looks like he's, gone clean, he relapses and ends up.
It's okay.
Arrested.
He has Joe Hendry with him now.
That's true.
And I think he's going to make it this time because he believes in Joe Hendry.
I also believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry. And
And I
curious.
wish it was true because I've said his name, but he did not
Not
appear.
here.
I know, me too. I was
think it's
thinking the
because you don't
same thing.
believe.
I do believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe he has a very catchy song.
He really does.
Me too.
And the guitar song.
Dude, I am so hoping for like a bigger TNA presence in this coming Royal Rumble, and he is one of the ones I like dying
I
to
would
see.
love to see Joe Hendry.
I'm dying to. That's the reason I asked the question, because I would love to see Joe Hendry on the main roster, Raw or SmackDown.
Oh man,
I think he would be amazing.
people go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that the NXT crowd already knew his song before he ever showed up on the show.
Yeah,
I mean, he
I mean,
transcends TNA.
Who does this guy think he is? Shinsuke Nakamura or somebody?
No, he thinks he's Joe Hendry.
Okay.
but he did take a page out of Nakamura's book.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, he
He's like,
did.
hey, they got behind this entrance music. I need some good music.
Yeah.
And not only that, but his video where he just turns around, he's like,
Side to side.
And he made that song himself.
I know.
He is a musician.
Yes.
I saw an interview on Chris Van Vliet with him talking about how he made this
Yes.
song, and he reverse engineered it from Queen's "We Will Rock You."
But
That's one star that I would love to see on the main roster.
I would love to see him make the jump.
I would too.
Like, just have him be there all the time. And if they made it so that, like, hey, WWE and TNA have just regular crossovers,
That would be cool.
then you don't even need to sign him. As long as one of them signs him, you can have a deal, like a Sony and Marvel kind of contract.
Right, and the whole thing that got me thinking about that is the fact that at the end of his song, have you heard the entire thing and what it says at the end?
I don't believe so. I just listened to it as he's...
It says, "The Prestigious One." Who's been talking about
Prestige.
bringing prestige to the WWE title?
So you think Gunther's going to bring Joe Hendry in?
I think that would be a huge jump for Joe Hendry. His song says the prestigious one. Gunther's been saying he brings prestige to the title. What if they plan that out?
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I think that would be an amazing start to Hendry's career.
I believe it already started.
No, I mean to his WWE career. So
He could be like the next King Booker.
King Booker.
Booker.
Which, by the way, with him and Stone Cold feud will always be one of the best feuds ever.
Yeah,
That-
but
that
I would
grocery
not want to be
store-
I would not want to be an employee at that store to have to clean that up.
That grocery store
No.
ass whooping was priceless.
So you think the Booker T Stone Cold was even better than the Rock Stone Cold?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Although, to be fair,
I'm sorry. Yes.
how long did The Rock and Stone Cold have to feud? Like, they didn't get a definitive ending on that. It took 3 WrestleManias.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long, drawn-out rivalry.
Yes, it was.
And it was storied. Everything was fantastic.
Like, that was a Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels kind of rivalry.
It was. You were absolutely correct.
But if you're talking a rivalry that started and ended, that was a good one.
It was a good one.
Always King Booker. 5-time.
Five-time WCW Heavyweight Champion.
Sucker.
Oh,
Tell me he did
we're
not
coming
just
for
say
you! Oh, shit.
Tell me he did not just say that. Tell me
I did not
he
just say
did
that.
not just say that.
I did not just say that.
He did not just say that.
But I loved that after he said that, and he's it's like, yeah, you just said that on national television, dude.
So you said that your favorite wrestler of all time is Ric Flair. Now, are we talking Ric Flair WWE or Ric Flair NWA?
NWA.
What other
To be
influences?
fair, most of Ric Flair's WWE was I'm old.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
But were there other influences in NWA, WCW that were key to your passion for wrestling?
American dream. That's how I was my dude. He ride and die with keys and cream. He was all faking beans.
I love the fact that guy could make anything work.
Yes,
Yeah.
he could.
Yep.
Even if he wasn't over, he went out there and you could tell like he was doing his best to believe it and make it work.
Yep. He sure
Man.
did. And he pulled off more than anybody ever imagined he would.
Dusty Rhodes was the man.
I mean, he was like the original flamboyant one without being flamboyant.
Flamboyant.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Seth Rollins goes out there now and he's dressed flamboyantly but doesn't act flamboyantly.
Yeah.
Oh?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, there you go. You make sure you put that freaking in front of it. You gotta put that freaking in front of it. People wonder what you're talking about. What you say.
See, we've had this discussion before on our podcast, but my first experience with wrestling was back in 1984.
Mhm.
I flipped on the TV, and what I saw just astounded me.
Which, by the way, flipping on the TV is a concept no one knows about anymore.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is true.
Now you can be TV's on.
But what I saw was a scaffold match with the Rock and Roll Express
Yes.
and the Midnight Express. And it blew me away, and I was hooked ever since. Rock and Roll Express was my go-to. They were what got me into wrestling. And then from there, it just ballooned into every wrestling show that was out there. I was watching NWA. I was watching WWF at the time, now WWE. World Class Championship Wrestling. I'd stay up till freaking 1 a.m. to watch that. Because at the time I was living out in Texas. My dad was stationed there, military and all. And I mean, I watched every bit of wrestling I could. AWA.
Yeah.
So the Rock and Roll Express is everything that brought me into wrestling. And I got to see the likes of Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair, and Michael P.S. Hayes, Fabulous Freebirds, the Road Warriors,
Coco B. Ram.
Legion of Doom,
The Warrior.
the Ultimate Warrior.
Before he was Ultimate.
Yeah, there was the other character, the Dingo Warrior, which preceded him being called Ultimate,
Well, he wasn't Ultimate yet.
and that was in
He
World
hadn't
Class.
evolved.
Then you had Kamala.
Kamala, the Ugandan giant. Papa Shango.
Go. That was my dude.
And then he became the Godfather.
Yeah.
He be loving those hoes.
He's another one, man. He's so fun to watch.
The whole train.
I loved when he got into the Royal Rumble, got eliminated after like 5 seconds or something, and it's just like, all right, hoes, let's go. Still nothing on Santino's. I wasn't ready.
Santino's I wasn't ready is the epitome of Royal Rumbles.
Yeah, she still has the fastest, I believe.
1 second.
I wasn't ready. I go back in now.
So, what are some of your favorite, like, not necessarily matches or people, but just moments throughout all your time of watching wrestling?
I will never forget that time Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant. That's always.
WrestleMania 3.
WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, that's
Always instant classic.
boom. It's like, whoa.
Jake the Snake Roberts get bit by the snake.
Man, what was it? Savage got bit.
Yeah.
And notice he also got bit too that one time. His old snake bit him.
Savage hated him because of the snake.
Yep.
Like that was
The
a
cream of
beef-
the crop. Bah!
That was a beef that was actual
Cream of
real
the
life.
crop.
Oh yeah.
The Macho Man.
Because like Jay Lethal, I have got to give him credit.
Oh, when he did.
he was Macho Man. He was Ric Flair.
The
He
Rule.
emulated them.
The
The Black
ultimate
Machismo.
Rudolph.
He just embodied those guys so well. I've got to give him credit. His work emulating them was spot on.
What was your biggest letdown
The
match?
ultimate Rudolph. Oh, The Undertaker losing his streak.
Oh.
Pissed me off.
Oh, hey, by the way, another thing Lesnar did.
Yep. Which I am not pleased with at all. My biggest letdown was 1988. I think it was SummerSlam. Hulk Hogan versus Zeus. Propped up to be this huge, mega main event. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. A tiny Zeus Lister.
Yeah.
The match was awful. I mean, Hogan won, so that was good and all, but it was terrible.
This is right around the time they made the movie No Holds Barred.
That's exactly the time they
Yeah.
made that movie. That's why they had him in the main event.
Exactly.
And way before Friday. Debo! That was a huge letdown for me. And then, of course, the Undertaker streak. Yeah, that was a huge letdown.
What just happened?
Like, all the people that he could have dropped the streak to, and it had to be Lesnar.
Well, but think about it. They wanted him to lose it to Edge.
I know.
They
and,
wanted
and
it.
Edge is like, no.
That's the same thing with Randy Orton. They wanted Randy Orton to win.
They wanted Triple H to beat him.
But they was like, no, we respect this guy too much. We're not gonna do it.
Yeah, nobody wanted to end the streak. But for Lesnar to do it, I hated him.
Sort of like how with Edge, after the whole like Matt Hardy Lita thing, I hated him. The problem is Edge was just so good at he just like, hey, you're gonna hate me? Fine, hate me. I will be the best heel you've ever seen. And he was so good at being a heel, I hated how much I didn't hate him. And then I loved him for how much I hated him.
I've hated Brock Lesnar, his character anyways, so much that I hate him for hating him. And I hate that too.
Don't try to figure it out, Kyle.
You need to go to therapy.
Did I mention I don't like Brock Lesnar?
Hey,
Not at all.
Hey, I've got a good therapist for you. Little Jimmy.
Oh, little Jimmy. Better not have no spiders though.
There better not be not one spider on that ladder. My bad. My bad, y'all.
That one's on me. My bad.
He has broken so many people. It is awesome.
That's why I love R-Truth, man. He's broken just
and
about
the-
everybody.
Truth, Santino,
The Rock.
Dustin Rhodes as Gold Dust, and crap.
The Rock has broken people.
The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. They've all broken people.
Like that. Who in the hell do you think you are? Who is The Rock? The Rock is gonna be the one that come in that ring and oh, and
The
by
Rock's
the way,
also something else that you're not. Undisputed champion, so
So
shut
shut-
up, bitch.
I loved when Austin almost broke The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Almost. He just kept repeating everything that was
Vince
being
said
said.
in the invasion thing. And then like he hit Undertaker. Touch me again, you're gonna pull back a nub. So he hit Angle. Oh, dude, Angle, man. Back when he was first into it, I did not take him. I took him for granted. I did not take him to be
Angle
as good.
slam, Angle slam.
Like I look back on it now. I was like, man, he was far better than I realized.
Yeah, he was.
His promo work was good. His in-ring abilities were awesome.
After all, he won the Olympics with a broken fucking neck.
Now I'm gonna go drink some milk.
And he hates milk. He hates it.
In the
I
milk
think that's
truck.
hilarious.
Or maybe I have to face Kurt Angle, which means I'm gonna drink a little of milk.
Or I'm Rikishi. I did that
For
For
the
the
people.
I
did
did
it
it for
for
the
The
Rock.
Oh,
or maybe,
shut up, you thumb wearing fatty.
or maybe the Undertaker.
Rest.
Oh, I beat you so bad that one more time all you do is say or maybe Stone Cold himself, which means I'm gonna need some Steve Austin. Listen to the Backstreet Boys.
And that's the bottom line, because the great one
Said
said so. Or we'll beat the game.
Which means for the next 20 minutes,
In the middle of the ring.
you're gonna be speaking and saying absolutely nothing there.
Oh, and him and the Hurricane.
Oh,
Oh God.
Hey, I know you. You're nothing. Hold on, the Rock cell phone's going off.
yeah, it's nothing.
Nothing.
Says
It says
he
he
wants to
knows
know
you. The Hamburglar.
Hey,
Go get the
hey.
Rock some cheeseburger.
I
No
know
ketchup.
one superhero that can beat the Scorpion King. No. That was the special effects for the movie.
Oh Lord.
I loved when he came back for one of his things and he saw Big Show backstage.
Somebody got a hand. You are no longer a 7 foot tall big old monkey crap. You are not a short-haired, 7-foot tall
Tall.
pile of grade A monkey crap.
And when he was in this ring of Latino heat, we will meet with Arriba. Okay, I don't remember his entire promo. I just remember the rhyming part. Oh man, he knew.
Whooping
how to
ass
do it.
on Latino heat, Arriba. In this ring, we will meet.
Oh yeah, see, he knows more than I do.
And at the end of the match, Arriba, Arriba. And then he get to say something, and all you hear is him say, Arriba, Arriba. Arriba, Arriba. Andale ese.
And then like Kurt Angle when he's with Rey Mysterio, it's like, I'm a man, and you're a boy, and I'm a man who loves to play with boys. Wait, no. Rated RKO versus DX. You know, like, but I want you tonight. Oh, you may want me, but I don't swing from that side of the plate. You know what I'm saying? No. What he's saying is he wants you one-on-one so he can beat your ass.
What you want to do with my ass?
I love those.
The classic days.
So, what was the best era of wrestling?
Attitude.
Okay, we are all in agreement on this.
Which the sad thing is, it was far shorter than I remember. Like-
Yeah, Attitude was a short one.
It was only like 3 years.
Before they couldn't push the ticket anymore.
No, and then we ended up going to Ruthless Aggression. Wait, funny thing about Ruthless Aggression,
It wasn't very aggressive.
well, the matches that they had during that time were fantastic, but their promos went.
Yeah, they were. I think because of the whole cancel culture garbage, they were not allowed to say nearly as much as they were for Attitude Era.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They had to
listen the
clean it
speech.
up. Yeah, they had to clean it up after that, and it just it did a number on them.
Yeah, but now they're going to be on Netflix, next year? Start next
Mhm.
year. They're going to bring that back.
Yeah, and hell, The Rock's on social media dropping F-bombs left and right.
He was at WrestleMania dropping F-bombs.
They're going to bring that back.
I mean, do you remember him cussing out the ref?
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying is he is trying to bring back the Attitude Era. He knows we want it.
Yeah, we do. Everybody
We
wants
need
it.
it. Yes.
So please bring back Attitude Era.
Yes.
Please, Vincent,
2.0.
please. I will pay you your price and bring your girlfriend.
As every man has his price.
Money, 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 money.
Ooh, here's a good one. Favorite entrance musics, or just entrances? Because I mean, Undertaker. Let's face it, the whole entrance is great.
It's time to play the game.
That is a good one. That is a very good one.
I hear voices. If you smell,
Glass shattering.
especially the new one, his new intro.
Glass shattering.
Stone Cold.
I can't like. I hear glass shattering. I'm giddy. I'm a little kid again.
Mine is Jericho.
Which one?
The Countdown.
That was terrible. That was horrible. Plus, it kind of hurt.
But the entrance, oh my god, the lights go out. Boom! Break the walls down!
Undertaker though, gong.
Glass shattering and the gong. Either one of those, and I'm just a
The
little kid
gong,
again.
man.
Yeah, the gong. Yeah, that threw us for a loop at Mania.
Oh,
Like as soon as we heard the gong, we were like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
it was WrestleMania 33 with the Hardys, and WrestleMania 35 with Austin. Now we knew he was going to be there. But
Yeah,
night 2 when his music hit again, it's like, yes.
I love the Hardy Boys.
I do too.
That was my tag team.
I
Well,
love
my
the Hardys.
my first pay-per-view was WrestleMania 17, which was TLC 2.
That was your first pay-per-view? What were you for the last 17 years before that?
I wasn't into it until after that. My buddy's like, dude, you gotta watch this with me. And I'm like, fine, whatever. And then we're watching it, I'm just like, this
This
is
is
awesome.
awesome.
My first pay-per-view was Starrcade '88.
Mine's with WrestleMania 3.
The Starrcade 88 was 3 years before I was born.
Yeah, that was Ric Flair and Magnum TA
Mine's with WrestleMania 3.
in a cage.
They need to bring Starrcade back. It's just,
Oh man, Starcade was awesome.
that's like the one thing that WCW did right.
Halloween Havoc.
Okay, well that's two things that WWE or WCW did right.
NWA did Starrcade as the granddaddy of them all. That should be in the regular rotation of pay-per-views.
Man, Starcade.
I think Starrcade should be a.
Starcade 88.
You should
The
have
$1 million
Rumble,
purse.
Mania, SummerSlam,
And
Starrcade, Survivor Series.
Yeah, I agree.
Like just bump Survivor Series to December.
Halloween Havoc, I didn't feel like that was a good thing. I thought it was just placating to the holiday, and I felt like it was all way, way too gimmicky.
Yes, because WWE has never done that.
No, never. I can't recall a time.
Day one, New Year's Revolution, December to Dismember,
I didn't like any of that either.
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam I like, but that's
But
because they
it's-
made it a major show.
But it's playing on the season of summer.
It's playing on the season of summer, but it's not playing on a specific holiday where
Great American
you're
Bash.
going to have, you know,
American Bash.
where you're going to have pumpkins all over the place and people coming out in costumes instead of their normal outfit.
Okay, well, I don't agree with all of that. But Halloween Havoc was a cool concept of, hey, it's October, and we're coming up on Halloween. You change up your ring gear to be more Halloweenish.
Yeah, I mean, and
But
that's
it's
fine and
not-
dandy.
Although now they just do that all the time.
I mean, that's fine and dandy, but like playing off of it to the extent that they did, I felt like it was just a goofy show, and there was really no purpose to it.
See,
It
as
didn't
someone,
really
as
push.
someone who loves like dressing up for Halloween and just going into a different character, that's why I thought it was good. Because it gave them an opportunity to be like, hey, venture outside the storyline a little bit, and get creative, get fun.
I guess that's where we differ, because I love getting dressed up for Halloween and doing the whole different character thing. But when it comes to paper,
anything to not be you.
when it comes paper, when
Hey,
it comes
agree.
when it comes to a pay-per-view, I feel like those pay-per-views should be pushing the storyline more than anything. I mean, they are the culmination of the stories that have been happening up to that point.
Yes, because they end the stories at pay-per-views.
A lot of them they do.
Have you seen all the stories? Oh, look, they had their match at Crown Jewel. Monday night on Raw. And they're attacking each other again.
Well, let's be honest. Crown Jewel is an extra.
Carl Drew, they could have kept. That's the one. I'm sorry. That's the one paper event they could have kept to themselves.
But I mean, the point is, like, they'll have their, like, oh, I need him in the match. Oh, I need him in the match. All right, fine. You have a match. They have the match. And then the following Raw, they're still fighting.
Yeah, if they're going
It's
to
like,
extend the
what
feud.
was the point to have the big match if they're still going to fight?
Yeah, when they extend the feud. But, like, Mania is usually the culmination of all of the storylines from the past year, and then they go to a completely different route, which is when they have the draft and all that stuff so that they can put different guys in and create different stories. Pay-per-views are supposed to be the big event of the whole storyline.
Cody already finished his story. He doesn't have any more.
Well, now he has a championship run story.
It's actually been better than I expected.
Me too. I expected all of the fizzle to go away, but it's still fizzling.
Yes, the fire is still burning.
It hasn't gone flat yet.
I don't think that it's not that he just doesn't have like championship material. I really thought that he was just not going to be able to keep going at the pace that he was.
Fooled you.
He did. He did fool me.
That's how I felt about Priest. I didn't think he had anything worthy of having that title. But then he stepped it up, and I was sad to see him lose it to Gunther.
Be fair though, Gunther's kind of
Beast.
yeah,
Gunther is beast, but
and he has just been on a steady incline. His basically ever since he debuted on the main roster.
oh, I agree wholeheartedly.
He's just been like
I agree, but I was sad to see Priest lose it to him because of how far Priest had come since he won the title.
Especially, he should have lost it to Balor. That's who he should have lost it to. I'm just saying. Balor, my dude. I'm sorry. I love him.
he's
All nine of his ab pack. But,
So, who, in your opinion, was underrated and did not measure up to what they should have?
Give me a second. Give me a second. Now, overrated would be easier to explain.
There's a reason I didn't ask for that one. There are way too many names.
And real quick,
Yeah.
right off the top of the head,
Yeah. Come back to me on that. I gotta think about that.
what about yours?
Shelton Benjamin. He may not have had like the greatest promo work, but I think had he been given an opportunity, he could have it. They could have given him a talker, or he could have been paired with someone who was a good talker to teach him. But his athletic capability in the early 2000s,
I tend to
I was
agree.
watching him. I will never be able to unsee his match with Shawn Michaels, where he jumped off the top rope, Michaels' Sweet Chin Music, as he was coming down, and he sold it like a champ. He would jump up on the top turnbuckle and he'd do a belly to belly or an arm drag. He was doing like Rey Mysterio type moves, but he was a bigger kite. He wasn't exactly small.
No, he wasn't.
And nowadays you've got like the Seth Rollins, the Dolph Zigglers,
Dolph Ziggler.
they're doing all that stuff. But Shelty B started that crap. He was the gold standard. And I feel like he could have developed promo work if they would have given him a chance.
I can agree with that. Shelton Benjamin was a hell of a talent. And if he'd have been given anything to help him with the promos, I think he could have been something huge.
Now, like later in his career, it's a little late to, learn.
And he's back with AEW now.
Yep.
The Hurt Syndicate
Yeah,
is back together over there.
right.
But like, if he had had an MVP back in the day, or a Paul Heyman, I really think he could have gone somewhere.
Yeah, and what's the one that did the Falcon Arrow? What was his name?
Which one? There are a couple of them. Seth freaking Rollins.
No, before that. What was his name? It'll come to me. He's now in AEW. What's his
Pac?
name?
No. That was the Red Arrow. It's the Black Arrow now.
I can't think of his name. It's gonna kill me.
I hate that feeling so much.
Buddy Matthews?
Oh, I miss him. His match with Tony Nese at WrestleMania 35
Was amazing.
Oh man.
Well, while you're thinking of that, my dude is Ricochet.
See, the thing is, but people think highly of Ricochet. Like, in the in-ring performance, I don't feel he's underrated. Do I feel that he was not given the push he deserved?
Yeah, he was very undervalued.
Undervalued, yes. Underappreciated, yes, but underrated, I don't believe he really is.
I think he was in WWE. And the reason I think he was.
But people loved seeing him. They wanted to see him. I don't think that that's underrated. Like with Shelton Benjamin, people weren't like calling for him until he brought out Mama. That was some funny shit. Ain't no stopping me now.
I just feel like Ricochet was very, very underrated because he never got that push. He never got
He
any
got
kind
a
of.
push, and it was not even really a push.
Yeah, it was short lived and early ended. And he never recovered.
He didn't bounce back. He didn't. Ricochet.
Yeah. So I think that hindered him a lot. And I think the same way of him as you think of Shelton, if they'd have given him a mouthpiece, someone to talk for him or teach him, how to do it better, he could have been
I
huge.
feel that way too. But I mean, if we're going on, sorry, if we're going that route, then Finn Balor also needs to be lumped in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Because he's another one. People love him and want to see him. So I don't consider him underrated, but I do consider him undervalued and underappreciated.
Yes.
Okay.
And again, going back to WrestleMania 35, the guy powerbombed Bobby Lashley. A guy his size powerbombed Bobby Lashley. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
it's
Finn
like
Balor.
Hornswoggle powerbomb in the Great Khali. Okay?
Yeah.
How? Well, I
Now
mean,
there's
obviously-
a dude that was underrated.
Hornswoggle.
Oh, please.
Hornswoggle.
Okay. I was going to say, if you say the Great Khali was underrated,
No,
we
he
gonna
was.
have a clash right now.
Okay, yeah.
He was one of those that was way overrated.
The Great Khali was underrated.
Okay.
I just wanted to say it just because I wanted to say it. I wanted to stir the pot. I just wanted to stir the pot.
We're going to have some verbal words. Well, actually, yeah, words are verbal.
Always.
Oh, usually yes.
Even when they're written.
Even when they're signed.
No.
It was very verbal.
I told you not to do that anymore.
I told you not to do that. I did it again. I miss Robin Williams. And anyone ever notice that Vince McMahon really wanted people to stutter?
Yes.
Bubba Ray Dudley, Matt Morgan.
You should know by now.
That we are.
It doesn't matter.
Oh man. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
You're going one-on-one with the Undertaker, player.
Undertaker.
Player.
The Undertaker. Buckle up, Teddy.
So, who never got a title that you think should have a world title run?
Hornswoggle. And he should have beat the Big Show for it.
Now that's cool.
You think Carlito?
Oh man, Carlito would have been good.
Really?
Yeah, Carlito.
I don't think he agrees with you.
I don't.
I tell you, Carlito was the it, man.
I don't agree. Like, I never saw him as anything other than a mid-carder.
That's the same
I
thing.
do think now that he's been back, he's doing far better character work than he did
Yes.
when he was younger. But he was younger.
He was younger.
Like he came in on the coattails of Carlos Colon,
Yep.
and he was the next big thing, and I feel he got rushed. And because of that, he didn't live up to what they saw in him. They wanted him to be like a Randy Orton. Well, he wasn't the natural that Randy Orton is.
True.
So then he just got pushed to the mid card.
I never
And
saw
stayed
him
there.
as anything but like just.
Why are you looking at nothing but his butt?
I always wonder.
I never saw him as anything but a mid Carter. Like I
So you looked at his butt and now that's hot.
Nah, that's cool.
no, I said that's mid.
You wanted to get in the mid.
No,
What'd you want to do to his ass?
That's love that lets me know.
I love cop. Wait.
I think R-Truth should win a world title.
Oh,
That would be
don't
good.
get him started,
That
man.
would. I'm sorry. That
At
would be-
WrestleMania, that's
awesome.
all I heard.
Yeah, I had a whole storyline for it too.
Oh Lord.
I did. The whole storyline was this. R-Truth was somehow accidentally going to end up with the Money in the Bank briefcase at Mania. And then during the match, who had it? Damien?
Yeah,
Damien had
because
ended
he
up
was
chasing him.
Judgment Day.
Yeah. Yeah, he was calling himself Judgment Day. He'd end up with the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then Priest would find out about it, and he'd be chasing R-Truth, and R-Truth would run down to the ring with the briefcase, slide in the ring, accidentally hit Seth Rollins or McIntyre, and fall on him, pin, 1, 2, 3, he's the champion. My bad.
He would make a good, funny champion.
I think he deserves a title run more than anybody.
Man, I don't know how he still does it.
I don't either, but the way he does it is so amazing. I
That's
want
what
to
he
see
wants.
the world title on him.
He wouldn't be able to say the right title.
No, but it'd be hilarious.
Wait, what title was this?
I'm the World European Television Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. Where was that?
24/7.
I got my baby back.
I'm the champion of Mars.
I want him to have a world title run. I do.
Yeah, that would be funny.
And that's the truth. So if you could take any two people
Uh-oh.
throughout all of history
Hmm.
and have a dream match,
Hmm.
and with that, that's like, you could pick like.
Undertaker and Sting.
Yep. Okay, I'm sold. I always wanted that.
I think everybody always wanted that.
Undertaker and Sting.
And
would have
Crow
been-
Sting, like Dead Man Undertaker.
Yes.
I don't want Surfer Sting versus American Badass.
No.
As much as I love American Badass Undertaker, no, sorry.
I
He
want
needs
the
to be
Dead Man.
We have a winner.
Man,
Oh, man.
that would have been awesome, man.
He struck gold right off the bat.
Scary, isn't it?
I'm playing it out in my head. Just like Sting hits the Scorpion Death Drop, and as soon as he does, the Undertaker sits up.
Those old school.
I just think about it. Scorpion Death Drop. He drops him back like that. He literally puts the Undertaker in the position to do his sit up.
Yep.
So like, Sting barely gets the Scorpion Death Drop. He finally goes over for the pin, and Undertaker sits up, and he's just like, that's not good.
Choke slam. Oh.
Tombstone.
I loved when The Rock was facing Undertaker, and Undertaker did the sit up right as the people's elbow was going. So he just he steps back, kicks him, and then does the elbow.
That's the one time he did it the wrong moment.
Yep.
Either that or he did it at the right moment, and they wanted to throw that comedic element in there. Because that would be
That was priceless.
that would be one of those moments that people would not see coming.
Speaking of priceless moments, it's when The Rock did the slide.
Oh
To the
yes, in his dress shoes.
He's gliding across the ring.
Not only that, but instead of doing the elbow pad, he took the sunglasses off and chucked those.
Yep.
And man, the course was so small, like a quick. Bah!
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful.
That's his $600 pair of shoes.
Oh, I saw an interview with Austin Theory and Chris Van Vliet, and when he came back and was facing Austin Theory, he apparently one of Austin Theory's shoes came off and he threw it into the crowd. And Austin Theory's like, man, he could buy those shoes all the time. I can't afford to keep buying those shoes.
Austin Theory, that's another bad dude.
See, I don't like him.
Him and
He's improving.
Him and Waller, I don't like either of them.
Waller.
Like
The
Theory,
A-team down under.
I'm surprised that you don't like Grayson Waller since he uses the Rolling Thunder.
I just
I mean, that's like one of the big things you loved about RVD.
I loved everything about RVD.
Everything?
Yes,
Van Dam.
RVD was the man. Like, I loved RVD. His martial art background
Yes.
matched with his wrestling capability
Yes.
and his overall persona.
No!
Yes.
Like he didn't have the greatest promo work, but he really didn't need to.
He didn't need it.
He had the physical
Yeah, the Rolling Thunder was the joint.
and 5-star frog splash was gorgeous. Yes, it was.
And when he threw the chair to the dude,
The Van Daminator.
the Van Daminator.
Well, that's another thing that Shelton would do that I loved was the the Dragon Whip.
Yeah.
It was like they'd catch his leg and he just whee, kick him in the face. That guy was smooth.
Speaking of chairs, Eddie Guerrero.
See, but you didn't like Eddie.
I didn't.
You didn't like Eddie Guerrero?
No, I did not like Eddie Guerrero.
He lied, he cheated, he stole.
Oh my god, I loved his ching.
Yeah, I mean, he was hilarious doing that, but I did not like him as a wrestler or as a persona.
But see, as a wrestler, he was awesome. He was technical. He was fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, he was one of those. He could do the high flying. He could do the technical. He could do the grapple.
He could, but I never found him believable as a wrestling character.
He was a hyena.
I don't know. I couldn't get behind him.
He looks like has sex with a hyena.
Now, his promo works.
It's okay.
He wasn't top notch there,
Nope.
but
The rest of it?
he was still. I would say that he was at the lowest. He was average. There were times, like especially later in his career, like his promo against Brock Lesnar before he won the title was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Where
he
he
had
was
a
like-
good promo here and there.
I am an addict. I'm addicted to the high of walking out with the championship arms. I'm walking out and like he was like in it.
yeah,
I'm just sitting there watching like, I want you to win,
Please win.
and he did.
I didn't say he wasn't good at what he did. All I'm saying is I didn't care for him personally.
No. I loved when he was tagging with Rey Mysterio, and they're like, "You need to hold on to the rope." So he took the rope off of the turnbuckle and was just walking along the apron with the tag team rope. See, and that's what I loved about him is it was comedic, but it wasn't in a way that took away from the wrestling. You could enjoy the comedy and the actual show.
Yeah, I enjoyed the comedy stuff that he did, like the throwing the chair and dropping down to the ground and pointing. But him as an overall, I couldn't.
Yeah, you liked it so much that you even made a video about
I thought that moment was iconic. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But my dudes were like, Jericho, Michaels, Jeff Hardy, Rob Van
Yeah, Jeff
Dam.
was my dude. I love it.
I mean, my dream Survivor Series team was
Ooh, there's a good one. It's coming up next month.
Michaels,
This month.
Jeff Hardy,
Yeah.
RVD, Chris Jericho, and you could either throw in Triple H or Matt Hardy.
Jeff.
I'm surprised Seth Rollins isn't on that list now.
Rollins would be now.
But Jeff was not.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have like a Survivor Series team representing you, anyone in time, throughout history,
That's my team. I always wanted to see Jericho and DX. I thought that would have been the best thing ever.
I don't know. I don't really see him fitting in.
He was a cut up like the rest of them.
Yeah, but he was so good by himself.
He was, and that's why they never did it. Because he was good by himself.
I loved what his promos during the invasion storyline, and like Stephanie was out there with Rhino. It was like, the gore and the whore. I'm going to get that greasy, smelly, horrible, smelly animal. And I'm going to get you too, Rhino. Oh, that was...
Then we had Bray Wyatt.
Bray.
And I didn't really like him, like at first when he like first came up with the Wyatt, but he just started like really like getting to me, and to the point where I was starting to really like the guy.
Yeah.
And then he came back as the Fiend, and it was just like he's Bray, and then he's the Fiend. He's like Firefly Funhouse, and then he's the Fiend. I was like, man, this guy's
He was
doing
amazing.
some good stuff.
I was kind of the same way. I wasn't sold on him with the Wyatt family, but by the time we got to the Fiend and the Firefly Funhouse, oh, it was the greatest thing. I couldn't wait to see what happened next.
Houston, we're here. Boom, 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 boom.
So what's your take on the Wyatt 6 now?
I actually like the Riot 6.
Liking the Wyatt 6
I
thing?
like the Riot 6. They're picking off where he left off. I'm just saying.
So there's I saw a survey on X this week.
Oh boy.
Should they axe the women's Survivor Series match
Yes,
and
they
throw
should.
in the Wyatt 6 versus the Final Testament?
Yes, they should. That would be awesome. My money would be on the Riot 6.
Mine would too, especially after this past week when the Miz attacked the Wyatt 6 with the Final Testament and actually beat down the Wyatt 6. I was not pleased either.
I was not happy. Not at all. Ever.
No.
How dare they disrespect him?
What's your take on the Wyatt 6, Kyle?
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this new take to Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. I feel that it's giving them a chance to be leaning in what the direction that they already had with their old characters, but really delve more into it. Like Dexter Lumis, being the whole quiet, like stoic guy. He was always amusing, but I felt like he never really got a chance to really do much because they made him be quiet and stoic.
Yeah.
Well, now he gets to, do the dreads, the face paint, and, do stuff. And Joe Gacy, he's just like, and they seem to be working really well as a group. Like they seem to have
A chemistry about him?
Yeah. Thank you. I needed help with the words.
Symmetry?
And Bo Dallas is doing a great
Bo
job
Dallas is
emulating his brother.
He is.
Like, there are times where it's like, I can't even tell that's Bo.
Yeah, Bo out.
Yeah, Bo has been fantastic.
I've always been a Nikki Cross fan because she's just played unhinged crazy so well.
Yes, I love a crazy woman. I like a
So,
little backdrop.
interesting question.
Oh boy.
If there is to be a sixth member of the Wyatt Six, who's it gonna be?
Mm.
There's been speculation. I'm just curious, who do you think is going to be the one?
Personally, although I know it's not gonna happen, I would personally love to see the Demon King. He would make an awesome member. He would fit right on in there like grease.
He actually would.
Actually, yeah, I would tend to agree with that. What about you, Kyle? Who's the sixth?
Hmm.
Hmm.
There are a couple good options, but pick which one I think would be a good fit for the rest of the group. He's really making me question things with the
The Balor?
Demon King. Problem is, like, Demon King, I feel like would be less of a follower and more of like a leader, since they already have Uncle Howdy.
There are two people I'm thinking of that have both been rumored.
Oh. Well, I'm thinking you go ahead and talk about yours.
So there have been two that have majorly been rumored. One is Braun Strowman, because he was a part of the Wyatt family. But the one I'm going with, the one I think needs to be there, is Alexa Bliss.
Oh, I see. Well, I wasn't thinking female wise.
I'm thinking Alexa Bliss because she was with The Fiend. She was, what, the last person that was part of the group with him?
Well, that wasn't really even a group. She was just basically like a possessed Sister Abigail kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's my choice. I like the Demon King. I think he would be a perfect fit for the group, other than the fact that he's kind of the top dog and not the
Yeah.
not the follower. But Alexa Bliss, because of her, working relationship with the Fiend.
I can see Braun Strowman.
But see, again, with Braun, I don't see him as a follower anymore.
That's true too.
Unless they could play like hey, he keeps getting hurt, and this kind of made him feel healed. Like they were there for him. His old family was the only one who came through.
Yeah, I guess that could work.
Who would the other character be?
Hmm.
Who was the other Firefly Funhouse? Puppet. Weird.
I thought they fulfilled them all.
Well, then why would we need another one?
We don't. But, the Wyatt Six, and I know it's spelled Sicks, but if there was to be a sixth, my call is Alexa Bliss.
Works for me.
I don't know.
Cool. Well, I think we have beaten this horse long enough. How about you, Kyle?
I don't even see a horse anymore.
Now, that's a horse of a different color.
So thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it. Well, all one of you.
Who's also sitting there.
Thank you, Master Bishop. No, thank you for joining us on this podcast. We appreciate your time and
Let's give
hanging
it to
out
him
with us.
one more time.
I don't think there's anything need to be said after that.